Get ready for some tender, juicy greatness. We're cooking baby back ribs today. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today, we're cooking pork baby back ribs. And it's pretty easy to do. You'll need some pork baby back ribs, a cookie sheet, foil, and a secret ingredient that's not too secret if you've done it before. You'll need some pork rub or some meat rub. That's all there is to it. Now I know you're asking yourself, why is Jim showing us how to cook pork baby back ribs instead of a turkey? Well, I'm glad you asked yourself that, because I'm ready to answer. I've come across too many people that either don't like turkey or their family doesn't eat turkey, and so here is your Thanksgiving alternative. A delicious, tender, tasty rack of baby back ribs. I use this Kuby's meat rub seasoning, but you could use any of your favorite seasonings. One of our super favorites is this Grill Mates Smokehouse Maple. You could use that as well. Whatever you want. So you start off by getting some foil. Make it a nice large piece. Put it over your pan. And let's just cut this open. A knife or your kitchen shears. Just be careful because there are meat juices, etc. in here. Okay, I must stop because I got a little wham on my shirt. That's not cool. Alright. I'm going to turn this over on its back. Now, one thing that you do have to deal with is this white colored membrane on the back. Because you've got soft meat here, but on the back, it's almost like a little rubberized covering, but it's just that membrane. And if you reach in the middle sometimes, you can find a loose piece. Sometimes it's easy to stick your shears or a knife under there and get it started. See, I just grabbed that with my paper towel, and most of that came right off. Continue around. You won't get every little bit of the membrane off, but the more you can, the better. Look at that. And that's about 98%. And I'm going to call it done. I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Then sprinkle liberally your seasoning on there, your meat rub. And rub it. That's my back side. Ooh, that smells good. Then, this is my front side. And sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle all over. Come on. And rub it in. Ooh, that's going to be so good. Alright, have to wash my hands one more time. Now, that is pretty much all there is to it. You can let this sit and, marinate for 30 minutes a few hours or even overnight. But even 15 minutes is better than no minutes. Get that flavor in there. Then you wrap it up, fold it over, and see I have more there? It always takes more than just one sheet of foil. And you want it to, oh, my oven's preheated. I'll put one more there. Get it to kind of sometimes when the ribs aren't quite so wide, I can get that to turn over on top of itself, but I couldn't this time. So here's my secret. I get a third strip of foil, put it over the top opening, and then I really know it's covered. And you're asking, well, why do you cover it all up, Jim? Well, I'm glad you asked that. The reason that I cover it up so tight is so that, it will marinate and all those juices and spices get in there and it'll be great. But also, the more airtight it can be, once it starts heating and cooking and sizzling, and the moisture will come out, and with it all locked up in there, it'll kind of make it fall off the bone. It's just yummo. This goes into your preheated 350 degree oven for 1.5 hours. And then we'll be back. And by the way, one of my good friends, Mr. Chris Hope, gave me pointers and tips on how to cook baby back ribs sometime back. So thank you to Chris Hope. You're a great fellow Texan. Set your timer, 1.5 hours. And remember, no peeking. Here are my ribs out of the oven. Now let's talk cooking times again. After 1.5 hours, they're essentially done, according to my research with Chris Hope. Now, for the Jim's tips, that's me, here's what I added to it to make it falling off the bone delicious and tender. I turn the oven off at 1.5 hours, leave them in there another hour, and it just helps it be super tender. Now, take my foil top off, and see there's juice in there. Open this up. Oh, and it just, the whole house smells wonderful. You can see just a little bit of steam coming off there. And, ooh, they're just so tender. If you're serving now, go for it. Take it, cut it. Apparently you've eaten ribs before, so go for it. Now, if you're cooking these ahead, then it's absolutely essential that you open it up like this, let it cool to room temperature, then close it back up and put it in the refrigerator. Because if you put something hot in the refrigerator covered up, it'll sour and you'll be sad, and nobody wants that. See how easy it is to cook baby back ribs in the oven? Super simple. It's one of those set it and forget it things. By the way, there will be liquid in the bottom of this, so if you leave it in the foil to serve, that's fine. If you put it on a nice tray like this, then you'll want to take your foil and your pan and go pour off that liquid. Now I've poured off most of mine, and I'm just going to take this and try to set it on the tray. It's so tender, it might fall apart, but guess what? It didn't. And I'm not hardly even pushing at all. Look at that. And there's your rib, and it will come right out. And you can do the rib thing. If you like this recipe, if you can call it one, for delicious, tender pork baby back ribs, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and share with your friends who like to cook or just want to learn how. Drop me a line in the comments below about your experiences with this recipe and what else you'd like to see in the kitchen. Leave me a comment about you trying to tear that membrane off the back. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for notifications. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help. Even me. Enjoy! We're cooking baby back ribs today. Get ready for 10. I don't like that. Welcome to help. I had a little bit more trouble. My cats are fighting. Stop it. Or just want to learn how. Write me.